The difference between the two is huge. If it is on behalf of Lin Bifan, it can be said that it is quite normal, then she will entertain each other according to business rules. But if you come on your own behalf, it's not the same. This is a major taboo in the workplace, unless it's a coincidence. No boss wants his subordinates to meet other bosses privately. This can only show one problem: the other party has two hearts. I'm here on behalf of myself this time, Yi Xingchen said solemnly. Chu Ruizu's eyes flickered, and she tactically leaned back. On behalf of yourself? Then why did you come to me personally? Mr. Chu, I want to tell you that Lin Bifan is not trustworthy at all. The reason why he wants to cooperate with you is not for the land, but to get you. So, I hope you terminate cooperation with him. Chu Ruoshui. Well, that's all? Yi Xingchen was stunned. Aren't these enough? Chu Ruoshui said very calmly. To be honest, there are too many men who want to get me, and they can't finish queuing from here to the Yellow River. Lin Bifan is a playboy, isn't it normal to want me? Yi Xingchen was speechless for a moment. Chu Ruoshui smiled softly. If he can conquer me with his ability, why should I be his woman? Mr. Yi, if you just want to tell me this, then please come back. Mr. Chu, I have one more thing to tell you: don't do business with Lin Bifan. That land is very valuable. If you cooperate with him, you will suffer a lot. Chu Ruizu's eyes flickered. It seems that you know the value of that piece of land? Yi Xingchen said proudly. Of course I know. Chu Ruoshui showed a good-looking smile. Then can you tell me what the value of this land is? If you can tell me its value, maybe I will consider terminating the cooperation with Lin Bifan. Of course. Yi Xingchen said excitedly. Mr. Chu, let me tell you, the value of this land is too great. In a few months, the state will establish a national-level economic development zone in Zhongnan, and your land will be of great value. The land is right in the center of the development area. How much do you think the value of this land is? Chu Ruizu's eyes widened. Pass. All figured out. It's no wonder that Lin Bifan and Longya Capital are both fighting for that piece of land, and it really has great value. If the country really establishes an economic development zone there, the land price there will definitely rise, and the land she holds in her hand will definitely more than double. Moreover, if the development is carried out around that piece of land, it will definitely bring a steady stream of benefits. Chu Ruizu's breathing was a little short. Where did you know this information? Is it Lin Bifan who told you? Yi Xingchen said proudly. It wasn't Lin Bifan who told me, I naturally have my channels. Chu Ruoshui smiled contemptuously in her heart. What news channel can a little bodyguard of you have? I do not have Belvedere Group. It must be Lin Bifan who told you. Lin Bifan took you as a brother and told you such important information, that you betrayed him. Betrayal people are not welcome anywhere. At this moment, Yi Xingchen had drawn a big X in her heart. Unconsciously, Yi Xingchen continued. So President Chu, don't cooperate with Lin Bifan again. It's better to keep this land firmly in your hands, develop it yourself, and make money yourself. Chu Ruoshui sneered. What you said is easy. We develop it ourselves. Where will our group get the money to develop it? Now the economy is depressed and money is tight. Our group can't borrow a penny from the bank, let alone private loans. It's even more difficult to sell a house to raise money. How can we develop it without finding other partners? Yi Xingchen said urgently, but you can't be cheap to others. Chu Ruoshui waved her hand. It's not a matter of being cheap or not being cheap to others, it's a matter of survival. The biggest problem our group is facing now is the shortage of funds, and there is a problem with the capital chain. It went bankrupt in a month. What's the use of holding this land in hand? So, why don't you use this land to do something about it? Chu Ruoshui smiled. Lin Bifan happens to have money, and I have land, so cooperation, strong alliances. First, it can solve my urgent needs, and second, the two sides can cooperate to jointly develop the land, which can maximize the land. Make use of it. Although it made a little less money, at least. Our group has survived, and there is still a chance to go further in the future. Yi Xingchen was sullen. In the end, you still have to cooperate. Can't this game be solved? And many more. Maybe there is no way. Yi Xingchen became confident again. Mr. Chu, after all, you are just short of money. If I help you solve the money problem, don't you need to cooperate with Lin Bifan? Chu Ruoshui nodded. That's right. But, how can you help me solve the money problem? You know, what I lack is not hundreds of millions, but billions, even tens of billions of money. I can. Yi Xingchen raised his head proudly. Chu Ruoshui was shocked. A small bodyguard actually said that he could solve the problem of tens of billions of funds. Even the wealthy Belvedere Group would not dare to say that. How thick-skinned is this to say this? I'm very curious now, how can you help me solve this funding problem? Of course it's an investment. Yi Xingchen said with high spirits. President Chu, I am very good at investing, especially in futures products such as gold and crude oil. There would be no Lin Investment Group today. The last sentence is so powerful. As the protagonist of Rebirth, it is so awesome. Chu Ruoshui nodded and said with a smile, Mr. Yi's talent. I have already heard about it, it is admirable. Yi Xingchen was even more proud. So, in fact, you won't cooperate with him, you can cooperate with me. If you give me another sum of money, I will continue to ask for money from the financial market, so wouldn't that just solve the funding problem? At this moment, Yi Xingchen has begun to imagine a better future. Before he was reborn, Lin Bifan and Chu Ruoshui got closer and closer, and finally got together. Now that he is reborn, the protagonist becomes him. I'm here to help Ruoshui make money. Ruoshui uses the money to manage the land. As they get along with each other, they naturally come together, and then hee. It makes perfect sense. Chu Ruoshui opened her mouth and interrupted Yi Xingchen's why. Then I don't know what Mr. Yi wants to get for helping me so hard. Or, what do I want to pay to get your help from Mr. Yi? I don't have too many demands, I just want to help you, Yi Xingchen said affectionately. Is this the first confession of the two worlds? So excited. So excited. God of War Yi Xingchen's cheeks were rarely red. Ruoshui should be very impressed now, right? Chu Ruizu's face was expressionless, but she sneered in her heart. Another licking dog. It's really a good skin bag. She is a strong woman who can only be strong. She would never take a second glance at a dog-licking man with no dignity like this. If it weren't for the other party's use value, she would immediately kick it away. Chu Ruoshui said politely. Then thank you Mr. Yi. But I have always heard that Mr. Yi is so penetrating in the financial market, and he is not going anywhere. I don't know if I have this opportunity. Take a look at Yi Mr. Talent. Of course there is no problem. Yi Xingchen was excited, it was his turn to perform. The next step is to surprise Chu Ruoshui and hold the beauty back. Chu Ruoshui took out a laptop, opened an account, and handed it to Yi Xingchen. This is my capital account. There are more than 50 million yuan in it. This capital account can buy any securities. Usually, I use this capital account to earn some pocket money. Now, all trouble Mr. Yi. Chu Ruizu's eyes flickered, and there was even a little more expectation in her heart. If the other party really has real talents and real learning, then they can make good use of it. Avoid being led by Lin Bifan all the time, if there is not. Good to say. Yi Xingchen nodded. Yi Xingchen faced the laptop, opened the gold futures trading interface, and sold everything without thinking. The shot is clean and neat, without any sloppiness. Chu Ruoshui was shocked on the spot. You sold all of them, leaving nothing behind? Although she doesn't play finance, she also knows that if you play margin trading, you can't put all the money in your account. Like her gold futures, 20 times leverage is used. This means that as long as she loses 5%, her account will be liquidated. The gold market is changing rapidly, and if you are not careful, you will lose everything. Like those trading masters, they don't dare to fill their positions. As a result, the other party is full of studs? Is the other party ignorant, or is the other party too confident? Yi Xingchen was very calm, and said with a hint of pretense, Mr. Chu, don't worry. I did the same thing at Lin's investment company. Only by doing this can I make more money. I'm doing it over there. Dozens of strokes, none of which is a loss. President Chu, you can watch it with peace of mind. Next. Yi Xingchen's eyes are shining and full of wisdom. It's the moment to witness the miracle. Hearing that the other party did the same in Lin's investment company, Chu Ruizu's heart calmed down a little. I'm looking forward to this miracle too. Mr. Chu, it will take some time for gold to make a profit, and the results won't come out so quickly. Why don't we have a drink and wait for the fruits of victory? Mr. Yi, what you said is very reasonable. Mr. Yi, what do you want to drink? I'll have someone prepare it for you. It's all right, President Chu, whatever you drink, I will drink it. So, they both drank coffee and chatted without a word. Yi Xingchen's heart was full of excitement. In 2 lifetimes, he has never been so close to his goddess. 2 people drinking coffee and chatting together has never happened before. What does that mean? This means he has taken a big step forward. 1 step closer to victory. Yi Xingchen looked at the beautiful face in front of him. Yi Xingchen couldn't help but get up again. After making a profit, Ruoshui would definitely look at him with admiration. Respect him very much, worship him, and hand over all the money to him. And he used this money to gallop in the financial market, earn enough money for his sweetheart, and let her use the money to develop the land in the south of the Yangtze River. Then, as the contacts increased day by day, the 2 couldn't help but come together. Happy ending. Happy ending. As for Lin Bifan, stay with me when it's cool. This is the correct way to open the protagonist, Yi Xingchen sighed. However, the gold market is changing rapidly. Just when he was the gold swish soared by 1 percentage point. Yi Xingchen is shorting gold with a full position, using a leverage of 20 times, and has not yet set a stop-loss point. As a result, Chu Ruoshui lost 20% of the book, and the loss reached 10 million. Chu Ruoshui turned to look at Yi Xingchen. Mr. Yi, this. Yi Xingchen was a little surprised. He had never encountered such a thing before. He has operated dozens of transactions before, and none of them were popular. Generally, they started to make profits as soon as they bought them. Although a little surprised, in front of the goddess, he was still very calm. Don't worry. This is just a normal fluctuation. Everything is within my expectations. Just wait and see, he will fall down soon. Since Mr. Yi said so, then I'll wait and see. Chu Ruoshui nodded with a smile. However, the other party was quickly beaten in the face. With a swish of gold, it soared by another percentage point. Chu Ruozu's book floating loss reached 40%, and the loss reached 20 million. Yi Xingchen. Silent. Chu Ruoshui couldn't sit still. Mr. Yi, this situation. At this time, Yi Xingchen was also a little panicked. Why did it go up again? Why is it different from what he usually does? How he usually buys and earns, he never worries about profit and loss. Today's gold market. Something is not normal. But in front of the goddess, he still pretended to be very calm. This is a very normal thing. The daily fluctuation of gold is between 1% and 2%. Now it has risen by 2%, and it will fall soon. Is that really the case? Chu Ruoshui was already suspicious. Really? Otherwise, how could I help Lin's investment company make billions? Yi Xingchen said with oath. Thinking of this, Chu Ruoshui calmed down a little. However, God seems to have a hard time with a certain person. Just as he finished speaking, gold rose another 0.5%. Chu Ruozu's book losses have reached 50%. This means she lost 25 million. Yi Xingchen. F*K. This is simply a slap in the face. Chu Ruoshui couldn't sit still. 25 million is a lot of money, okay? Although she is the daughter of a rich family and the beautiful president of Belvedere Group, she also knows that making money is not easy. In less than a cup of coffee, a loss of 25 million, who can stand it? Mr. Yi, are you sure that gold will fall back? Yi Xingchen said weakly. It should be. Gold has soared 2.5% in such a short period of time. As far as I know, the sudden increase in gold must be a reaction to major positive news in the market's excitement. Until this sentiment recedes, it will never be it fell. Look, the market has indeed released a piece of good news. Chu Ruoshui pointed at the computer screen, which was scrolling and playing a golden good news. A certain country is ready to print money again, and the money is worthless, so gold skyrockets. Yi Xingchen was dumbfounded. He said in a panic, I'm sorry, Mr. Chu, I didn't expect this, it happened so suddenly. You can't blame me, you can only blame the market, now I'm going long gold. Yi Xingchen closed all his gold short positions. In the future, I will enter the full position again and do more gold. Under Chu Ruozu's suspicious eyes, Yi Xingchen bit the bullet. Mr. Chu, don't worry, it was just an accident before, this time there is absolutely no problem. Is it really like this? Yi Xingchen vowed. It's absolutely true. Although I lost 50% of it, I will help you get it back soon. This little money is nothing to me. Then at this moment, the gold market swiped and suddenly fell. In the blink of an eye, it plummeted by 1%, and the book lost 20%. This means that Chu Ruoshui lost another 10 million. Yi Xingchen, silent. Chu Ruoshui, silent. Yi Xingchen was really panicked this time. Since he hyped gold, he has never encountered such a bizarre thing. How to invest and how to lose, and it is a huge loss. What's going on? Why did it fall? It's obviously good news. The market is bullish on gold, so why did it fall? It doesn't conform to scientific reason at all. At this very moment, gold fell again, plummeting 1%. Chu Ruoshui only had 10 million left on her account. Yi Xingchen, silent. Chu Ruoshui clutched her chest and had never felt so stimulated before. The money is like a roller coaster. If you don't pay attention, your 40 million yuan will be gone. The whole process takes less than a few minutes. The speed of losing money is faster than the speed of her real estate. Yi Xingchen said in a panic, "Mr. Chu, listen to my explanation. The situation should not be like this." Chu Ruoshui roared, "Stop talking nonsense, quickly close the position for me." "Oh, all right." Yi Xingchen manipulated the mouse in a panic, and was about to hit the button to close the position. Then there was another swipe, and the price of gold fell again. The fund account is directly cleared to zero. Yi Xingchen, silent. Chu Ruoshui, silent. Well, no need to be flat, the market has already helped him make a choice. Yi Xingchen raised his head blankly and met Chu Ruozu's beautiful eyes. Those eyes were full of anger. A full 50 million yuan was lost in just this moment. Not a cent left. This is her private money, and it's gone in the blink of an eye. Chu Ruoshui wanted to kill someone angrily. Yi Xingchen struggled. "President Chu, listen to my sophistry." "Ah, no. Listen to my explanation." "Okay, Mr. Yi, you don't need to explain. I have fully seen your level. It's really a miracle. I have never seen a miracle that loses money so quickly. Even if you burn 50 million yuan, at least can burn all night. But here, it's time for me to drink a cup of coffee, and you'll lose my money. It's good, good." Yi Xingchen lowered his head. "President Chu, I can pay you the money." "No need, Mr. Yi." Chu Ruoshui took a deep breath and tried to calm herself as much as possible. "Mr. Yi, thank you for bringing me the good news about that piece of land. As for the 50 million yuan, just think I spent money to buy this news, you don't have to pay. Now, I'm in a bad mood, see off." Yi Xingchen was anxious. "President Chu, listen to me. This is not my normal performance. The situation is not like this." At this time, the secretary came over. "Mr. Yi, please, don't make it difficult for us." In the end, Yi Xingchen was politely invited out of Belvedere Group. Yi Xingchen couldn't figure it out. When he usually operated by himself, he could make money by buying and selling. Why didn't he work here? It also caused him to lose a big face in front of his goddess. He really couldn't figure it out, so he rushed back to Lin's investment company. "Open your own money account. All stud, buy more." Within moments, gold skyrocketed. "Wow, as expected of Mr. Yi, I bought it again. Fantastic operation. This one has made several 100 million more." Yi Xingchen didn't believe in evil, so he closed the position immediately, and then sold all the studs short. After a while, gold fell. Gold has fallen, and Mr. Yi has hit it again. It's so accurate, it's amazing. It brought us hundreds of millions. Yi Xingchen still didn't believe in evil in his heart, so he did another wave in the opposite direction. Wow. Gold has risen, and Mr. Yi has hit it again. It's amazing, how to operate and how to earn. Who else? Who else can compare to our Mr. Yi? Why is it okay here, but not over there? Yi Xingchen was full of anger, and then continued the crazy transaction. After so many times, there was no one missed, and all of them made money. The trading room was filled with admiration. The one I admire most is Mr. Yi. How does it work? Mr. Yi is so diligent today, helping us earn billions. The bonus can be doubled again. Haha, President Lin must be very happy. Yi Xingchen. PFF'd. In the office of the president of Belvedere Group, the beautiful President Chu Ruoshui was still sulking. Although she is the president of Belvedere Group and the jewel of the chairman, she grew up with a golden spoon in her mouth, but the 50 million yuan is not a lot. It took her several years to accumulate pocket money. Say it's gone. What's more, damn it is that the money was not spent by her, but was lost by others. Right under his nose. Swipe twice, and it will be over in less than a few minutes. Just thinking about it makes my heart numb. Damn Yi Xingchen. Incompetent bungler. Obviously you're just a scumbag with little ability, so you pretended to be a big-tailed wolf for me. If it wasn't for the good news you brought me, I would have kicked you out long ago. Don't let me meet you again. After getting angry, Chu Ruoshui fell into deep thought. Now the situation is obvious. Yi Xingchen has no ability to invest at all. It's messed up from start to finish, even more layman than her. However, his ability has been boasted to be amazing, and he has indeed made you an investment company to increase its value by 10 times in just half a month, which shows that there must be experts behind it. And this master, there is and can only be, Lin Baifen. There are rumors from insiders of Lin's investment company that Lin Baifen was originally an investment expert, second only to Yi Xingchen in strength. The stocks bought and sold by the other party basically all went up in the end. Also, when Yi Xingchen asked for leave, Lin's investment company still maintained rapid growth and gained hundreds of millions of funds in just a few days. The operator behind this is Lin Baifen. And Lin Baifen treats Yi Xingchen very well. He's even more kissable than his own brother. Therefore, it is not impossible for him to stand behind Yi Xingchen to help guide him and give him this honor at the same time. But this Yi Xingchen is good. Not only is he not grateful to Dade, but he eats the inside out. I don't have any self-knowledge yet. I lost all my private money. What a scum. Chu Ruoshui easily deduced the truth of the matter. Even more contempt for someone who left. She couldn't understand. How could this guy have the face to run in front of her to show his hospitality? Not only betrayed the benefactor, but also shamelessly took the credit of the benefactor for himself? Such people have breached the bottom line of morality. It is better to have less contact in the future. It seems that we still have to continue to cooperate with Lin Baifen. He is the real financial expert. If we cooperate with him, the funds will not be cut off. It's just the price of this land. We need to talk about it again. Thinking of this, Chu Ruoshui picked up the phone and dialed Lin Baifen. As soon as the call was connected, Lin Baifen's happy laughter came. Mr. Chu. Why did you call at this time? Are you going to invite me out for dinner? Lin Baifen, it's so hard for you to hide it from me. Chu Ruoshui said with a smile. The country is going to designate an economic development zone in the south of the Yangtze River, and the land there will soon appreciate in value. That's why you want to buy at the bottom. My land, am I right? A surprised voice came from the phone. How did you know? Who told you? Chu Ruoshui laughed even more happily. After calling him so many times with Lin Baifen, she finally took the initiative once. I naturally have my own news channel. Chu Ruoshui did not confess Yi Xingchen. After all, leaking secrets to her would bring her huge benefits, and it would be a little immoral to tell her about it. She is not a person with no character like Yi Xingchen. She has her own moral qualities. A sad sigh came from the phone. Brother Yi Xingchen told you? Chu Ruoshui was shocked. He didn't say anything, and the other party guessed it all at once. Chu Ruoshui didn't fully admit it. Why is it him? Can't it be Longye Capital? Because Longye Capital wanted to cooperate with you before, but didn't tell you the reason. After cutting off the cooperation, it is even more impossible. Therefore, this news can only be leaked from my side. And this news, I only tell young brother Yi. Alas. A heart-wrenching sigh came over the phone. Chu Ruoshui didn't know what to say, not even words of comfort. I only feel that the person on the other end of the conversation must be very sad, right? After all, being stabbed by the person who is closest and most trusted will not make anyone feel good. Push yourself in others. If you were betrayed by your brothers and sisters, you must be very sad. Don't think so much. Think in a different direction. At least, you can see his true colors clearly, and you can avoid a lot of losses. Chu Ruoshui comforted her softly. I know, but I still can't get over that hurdle in my heart. I just can't figure it out. I treat him so well, treat him like my good brother. I gave everything I should give. Why does he want to me? Lin Baifen's voice was full of powerlessness and hesitation. Some people know who they are, but they don't know their hearts, and they are born with a vicious heart. Chu Ruoshui shared the hatred. It's like the farmer and the snake. Mr. Dongguo and the wolf. No matter how nice you are to him, he will not be grateful to you. If there is a chance, I will bite you back. Don't be angry with such a person, the world is not worth it. Thank you Mr. Chu for your comfort, I feel much better, Lin Bifan said sincerely. That's right. Just think about this matter. 8 out of 10 things in life are unsatisfactory. Who hasn't met a few scumbags in their life? Chu Ruoshui said with a smile, her heart filled with a great sense of accomplishment. Mr. Chu, can I ask you one thing? Lin Bifan said. What's the matter, you say? As long as it's not too embarrassing, I promise you. Lin Bifan said with some indescribable words. It's like this, can you just pretend that this thing didn't happen? What do you mean? Chu Ruoshui was stunned. Just pretend that he didn't come to you and didn't tell you about the land, like nothing happened, okay? Lin Bifan asked with a hint of anticipation. What do you mean? Do you mean to forgive him, ignore everything he committed, and maintain the original relationship? Lin Bifan. Yes, I hope President Chu understands. Chu Ruizu's mentality was a little stunned. Why are you still staying by your side with such a wolf-hearted person? Lin Bifan sighed sadly. After all, he is my dearest friend. Chu Ruoshui seemed to understand Lin Bifan's helplessness. Lin Bifan really regards Yi Xingchen as a good brother, the kind who digs his heart out. Therefore, knowing that the other party has betrayed him, he is still unwilling to expose the other party, trying to maintain this fragile relationship on the surface, and unwilling to pierce this fact. Unexpectedly, this playboy is actually a person who values love and righteousness. Chu Ruizu greatly changed Lin Bifan's opinion. A man who values love and righteousness is really a bonus in the eyes of a woman. Comparatively speaking, people like Yi Xingchen, who are ruthless, are the most despised. Chu Ruizu waved her hand impatiently. Forget it, this matter has nothing to do with me. Since you asked so much, then I will fulfill you. But let me advise you again, he is really not that person. Trustworthy. He can betray you once, and he can betray you twice, 3 times, or even countless times, and he doesn't treat you as a brother at all. Thank you Chu Chengchen. No matter whether he treats me as a brother or not, he is always my brother. Mr. Chu, are you calling to renegotiate the price of the land? I'm in a bad mood right now. We'll discuss it again in 2 days, okay? Okay. No problem. By the way, there is one thing I forgot to ask. Is Yi Xingchen really an investment genius? I see that his level is very different from your usual rumors. Chu Ruizu knocked on the side to confirm her guess. Lin Bifan sighed again. It's all in the past, don't ask. This sentence was taken as a default by Chu Ruizu. After hanging up the phone, Chu Ruizu wrote the words, Yi Xingchen, on the paper, and then drew a big X. On the other side, Lin Bifan hung up the phone, and his mood was completely unaffected. He had known for a long time that Yi Xingchen would definitely not be able to help find Chu Ruoshui. Because, once this cooperation plan is achieved, his heroine will be gone, and at the same time, the prologue of his demise will be opened. Therefore, he must do everything he can to destroy, even if it reveals the true value of the land. Although, it will cost him some money, but completely within the acceptable range. It's just to let the wife take advantage of it, which is equivalent to putting it from the left pocket to the right pocket. No matter how you change hands, it's your own. However, Yi Xingchen lost a lot. Ruoshui is a very arrogant woman. The thing she hates most is betrayal, and there is no room for sand in her eyes. If you send it to the door like this, you will write the word, traitor, on your face. I'm afraid, you have already been arrested. Ruoshui drew a big X, and she was disgusted to the extreme. Lin Bifan laughed softly. At this moment, Lin Bifan suddenly wanted to see what Yi Xingchen looked like now. He walked out of the office slowly and found that everyone was whispering outside the trading room. What's wrong with everyone? Lin Bifan walked over curiously. One of them said, Mr. Lin, Mr. Yi doesn't know what's going on. When he just came back, he was desperately buying and selling gold, crude oil, etc., and has made more than 4 billion yuan so far. Lin Bifan was very happy when he heard it. I have made more than 4 billion yuan. Brother Yi is very diligent today. It's really different after coming back from vacation. Isn't this a good thing? Why does everyone look so strange? We made money, of course we are happy. But Mr. Yi didn't seem to be very happy, and his emotions became more and more agitated. In the end, he seemed to collapse and kicked us all out, leaving us alone in the trading room. We are all very worried about Mr. Yi. That's it, I'll go see him. Lin Bifan sighed and walked into the trading room. Lin Bifan walked into the trading room. At this time, the protagonist Yi Xingchen was lying on the ground with his eyes wide open, his eyes staring at the ceiling. His expression was full of confusion and hesitation, and he looked like he had no love for life. It seemed that Lin Bifan really wanted to applaud. However, he still pretended to be pitiful on his face, walked over slowly, squatted down, and sighed. Brother Yi, why can't you think about it? Yi Xingchen didn't react at all, and his grief was no greater than death. Lin Bifan sighed again. I understand your mood very well. President Chu called and told me just now. Yi Xingchen finally had a little reaction. His eyes flickered slightly, and he said blankly, so, are you here to drive me away? The moment he made the decision to inform, he knew that he couldn't stay here any longer, that he could no longer lurk around Lin Bifan, and he would miss many opportunities to plot against him. After all, no one likes betrayal. However, given him another chance, he still has to do it. Otherwise, his own woman will run away with him sooner or later. It's just that I've done all the calculations, and I haven't considered how badly I behaved in front of my beloved woman. In a few minutes, they lost 50 million yuan. At this moment, he really wanted to die. In the end, when he came back to test his abilities, he helped the big enemy Lin Bifan make billions. At this moment, he wants to die even more. Why should I drive you away? Lin Bifan was very confused. Isn't it because the confession was rejected? It's a big deal, and it doesn't affect the work. I will drive you away because of this matter. How is it possible? Confession was rejected? Yi Xingchen moved slightly. Lin Bifan sighed, then sat directly on the floor, and said, President Chu told me that you suddenly went to confess to her today, which frightened her stupidly, so she was so angry that she kicked you out of the door. You can't bear this blow. Practice yourself. Torture yourself. Am I right? Yi Xingchen was shocked. Ruoshui didn't expose me. Such an important thing is not revealed. Hee, I knew she still had me in her heart. That being said, I still have a chance. Yi Xingchen seemed to have come to life, and turned to the man in front of him with a smug look. Did you see that? Ruoshui has me in her heart. Ruoshui has me in her heart. Ruoshui has me in her heart. Etc. Since Lin Bifan doesn't know, doesn't that mean? Can I keep lurking around him? What the hell? It's really a double happiness. I am indeed the cub of God's father, and God's father still loves me very much. At this time, Lin Bifan, who knows nothing, continued to persuade. Brother Yi, isn't it because you were rejected by a woman? What a big deal. There is no herb in the world. Why should you love a single flower? You are now worth hundreds of millions, and the future is infinite, and he looks like a talented person. This is the golden tortoise-in-law in the eyes of women, and the mother-in-law will be moved when she sees it, and are you afraid that there will be no women? You just need to change into a good outfit, show your worth, and then hook your fingers. Some women will jump on your bed. I'm too experienced in this regard. It's not worth it to be sad for a woman. Yi Xingchen was full of disdain. Can those vulgar fans who see money open their eyes compare to my Ruoshui? I am the dignified god of war, the king of the mercenary world. What kind of woman do you want? I just like the Ruoshui one, noble and glamorous. Bing Ching Yu Jia, no fake color to anyone. But thinking that he behaved so badly in front of the woman in his heart, and was kicked out by the other party, he felt sad again. Got the urge to cry. Lin Bifan sighed. Looks like you still haven't thought about it, Brother Yi. Why don't we go to the bar to have a good time? Just get drunk. There's nothing that can't be solved by getting drunk. Yi Xingchen thought about that coquettish and swinging night. Trembling in my heart, I shook my head violently. No, definitely not. Brother Yi, you can't do this. Do you know why you were rejected by President Chu? Why? It's because you're not bad enough. Not bad enough. To put it bluntly, it's too honest. Lin Bifan looked like a person from the past. Women nowadays, no matter what age, like some bad men. The so-called bad is to play when they need to play, drink when they need to drink, how to come and how to be happy. How come you were chic? Anyway, you just don't like you. You are too honest. In their eyes, it's actually an expression of incompetence. Yi Xingchen thought to himself, Yes. Although this guy in front of him is his big enemy, he is definitely the top in flirting with girls. In the past life, many top-notch women were taken away by him, including his sweetheart Ruo Shui. The experience of the other party is very valuable for reference. If I can learn this method of his, can Ruo Shui escape from my palm? Moreover, his heart is really hurt, and he wants to borrow wine to buy a drunk. Okay, I'll go with you. As a result, just after going out, a beautiful woman caught up. Wait for me, I'm going too. This person is Lin Baifan's beautiful secretary, Lu Rume, and she glared at her. I promised Qingzhezh that I must keep an eye on you all the time, so that you won't mess around. Lin Baifan chuckled. Is it really like this? Lu Rume was a little flustered by the sight, and said stubbornly, of course, I'm a person who does what I say. The protagonist, Yi Xingchen, looked at the two people who were frowning and felt particularly heartbroken. TMD, you've got Lu Rume hooked up. I'm still a single dog, and I was kicked out of the gate by my sweetheart Ruo Shui. Can you please consider how I feel? Forget it, don't want to do so much, let's get drunk. Then let's go together. Soon after, they came to the bar again. Compared with the last time, the bar is more lively. As soon as he walked into the door of the bar owner He Shuwen walked over with open arms and smiled, and gave Lin Baifan a warm hug. Haha. Brother, you're here. I heard that you have been very good recently. Like. Lin Baifan said with a smile. It's been really good recently, so come here to relax. Besides. Lin Baifan patted Yi Xingchen on the shoulder. My brother Yi is broken-hearted and in a bad mood. I want to come here to drink and get drunk, vent and entertain people. When He Shuwen saw Yi Xingchen, his eyes lit up. He's broken up. He's broken up. Yi Xingchen. Silent. Cough cough. I mean, isn't it just lovelorn? What's the big deal? Someone like me, I've lost love more than a dozen times a month. If I encounter this a lot, I'll get used to it, He Shuwen said intentionally. Lin Baifan laughed and scolded. Can you compare? You are in love when you go to bed, and you are in love when you get out of bed. My brother Yi is seriously broken in love, and my heart is broken. He Shuwen said loudly. Don't talk about it. Wine can relieve thousands of sorrows, come and drink, we won't go home tonight if we don't get drunk. He Shuwen greeted everyone and sat in the golden seat again. Then, a lot of wine was served and placed between him and Yi Xingchen. Seeing him like this, he was planning to get Yi Xingchen drunk. Then, let him go on stage, hee. This time, Yi Xingchen refused to come, and opened the bottle and poured it into his mouth, just like drinking water. He Shuwen gave a thumbs up excitedly. Brother is good at drinking, let's go. Yi Xingchen said loudly. Come on, do it. Lin Baifan picked up the glass, but there was a coughing sound next to him. Turning his head to look, he met a pair of unkind eyes, as if drinking was his fault. So, Lin Baifan silently put down the wine glass, opened a bottle of juice, poured a glass for himself, and also poured a glass for Lu Rume. Mei Niang, let's go. Yeah. Lu Rume picked up the drink with a smile in her eyes. In this way, Lin Baifan and Lu Rume drank drinks, whispering while drinking, and there were occasional chuckles. Yi Xingchen and He Shuwen were drinking together. But this time, Yi Xingchen couldn't get drunk no matter how much he drank. But He Shuwen couldn't hold it anymore. He smiled bitterly with a belly of wine. Brother Yi, why haven't you seen for a few days? Your drinking has become so good. Do you want to get me drunk with this little wine? Yi Xingchen sneered, full of disdain. Tell you, I'm not drunk after 1,000 cups, the last time was just an accident. Hurry up and sit down for me, let's continue drinking until dawn. I can't do it anymore, you can change someone and find Lin Baifan. At this time, Lin Baifan looked at the time and seemed to be able to make a wish. Lin Baifan glanced at Yi Xingchen who was still awake. Since my brother wants to get drunk, then I will fulfill him. Lin Baifan made a wish with compassion. Yi Xingchen drank and unknowingly got drunk. Moreover, I also feel extremely excited, extremely manic, especially want to sing, especially want to dance. Looking at the singer on the stage, it was extremely unpleasant to the eye, and then rushed to the stage again, grabbed the microphone, and sang loudly. He Shuwen rubbed his palms and laughed. Haha. Brother Yi has finally returned to his true nature. Take a photo of this scene, and put it on Douyin Kuai Show to promote our bar. The host said excitedly. Our strip man is back. Look at how coquettishly he dances and how hard he sings. Let us welcome our strip man with the warmest applause. Yi Xingchen said loudly. Don't talk nonsense. Everyone is high for me. My enthusiasm is like a fire. Just like that, Yi Xingchen was so hilarious, he staged a strip scene again. While taking it off, it swayed coquettishly. All in all, it's a special show. It wasn't until he took off only a pair of pants that he was pulled down. This scene was also recorded and quickly spread to major online platforms. Once again, it exploded without incident. It even rushed to the hot search, and many people saw it. The stripper is back. The hot boy special you have to watch in your life. On Sao, I only obey this big brother. You are so cute, I like it. Another person saw it, and that person was Chu Ruoshui. As a young person, she also likes to browse some Douyin videos to relax. As a result, I accidentally turned to this video, and at a glance I recognized that the coquettish undressing person in the video was Yi Xingchen, with a look of disgust on his face. Ah! This man. It's disgusting. How can there be such disgusting people in the world? People. Then quickly swiped, afraid of contaminating his eyes. It is even more determined to stay away from this wretched man. Another person was also turned over. This person is the person behind the scenes of Longya Capital, Zhao Tian. His eyes widened and his mouth opened as if he could swallow an egg. Is that the god of war? Dancing so loudly. In his impression, the god of war Yi Xingchen has always shown a cold face. Have terrifying skills, have great perseverance. Has a domineering personality. Except for licking when facing Chu Ruoshui, she was very serious and cold at other times. Before his rebirth, there were not many men who could make him admire, and the god of war was one of them. As a result, at this time, you actually let me brush this? I have to say, this god of war jumps, it's so coquettish. Handy. Zhao Tianqing couldn't help swaying along. As expected of someone who has practiced kung fu. This dance is really coquettish with power, feminine and masculine, haha. I must keep this video and laugh at him in the future. I didn't think it was enough after watching it once, so I watched it a second time. It seems that the second time is not enough, so I watched it for the third time. Still looking for a high-res version online. At this time, there was a knock on the door. Zhao Tian immediately put down the phone, picked up the wine glass, and returned to his dazzling and cool Dragon King appearance. Come in. A man in black walked in, holding a document in his hand, and said respectfully, see the Dragon King. Did something happen to Lin Bifan? Tell me. In order to deal with Lin Bifan, the great enemy, he kept people closely watching the movements of Lin Bifan and his company, and reported any situation immediately. Dragon King. Something really happened. The man immediately reported the situation. Today, Yi Xingchen, who had been on vacation for many days, returned to Lin's investment company. On the same day, he frequently operated and succeeded frequently. In less than half a day, he helped Lin Bifan earn 4.5 billion in funds. Zhao Tian was immediately shocked. In half a day, he helped Lin Bifan earn 4.5 billion? 4.5 billion is not a small number. You can directly buy a high-rise building. Even if his Zhao family has strong financial resources, he will not be able to come up with so much money for a while. If you want to make this kind of money, it won't take a few days. As a result, you earned it for Lin Bifan in less than half a day, man. Lin Bifan has increased by 4.5 billion, and his total assets have almost doubled to tens of billions, which is even more difficult to deal with. Think of that coquettish video just now. It's obviously making money, and I'm so happy, so I went to the bar and hi. You can't dance such an enchanting and unrestrained dance without earning a single point. Zhao Tian was instantly furious, and the wine glass in his hand slammed to the ground. Good you Yi Xingchen. I originally planned to let you go, but I didn't expect you to help the emperor. Come on. Dragon King. 3 more men in black poured in. Zhao Tian was furious. Call the 8 Great King Kong immediately, and let me deal with Yi Xingchen. One of them was shocked. Dragon King, summoning the 8 Great King Kong, will you think too highly of Yi Xingchen? 8 Donkey Kong is the top expert trained by their Zhao family. Each of them has been trained from the battlefield of life and death, and is very powerful. It is not a problem for one person to fight dozens of people. If these people were placed in ancient times, they would all be at the level of fierce generals. As a result, in order to deal with a small Yi Xingchen, the Dragon King actually had to summon 8 King Kong. You must not underestimate Yi Xingchen. Zhao Tian narrowed his eyes. This guy is a dignified god of war, a king in the mercenary world. His mighty strength ranks among the top 3 among all the people I've ever seen. His strength is not inferior to mine. People in black were shocked. Their Dragon King is a martial arts prodigy, and his formidable strength shocked everyone. Otherwise, they would not be willing to call the Dragon King. In the end, I didn't expect that Yi Xingchen actually had such a powerful strength. Zhao Tian twisted his neck, and there was a cracking sound, and the corner of his mouth twisted involuntarily. 8 King Kong, at most he will be injured. But if I want his life, it is absolutely impossible. However, I just want to give it to him. It's just a lesson. I want him to know that this is the end of the tyranny. Come on down. Yes, Dragon King. The man in black retreated. And many more. Dragon King. What else is there to order? The man in black replied. Also, if you meet Lin Bifan, leave immediately and don't fight. Ah. Why? Everyone was stunned. Because that person is too terrifying. Zhao Tian was full of fear. I am afraid that the 8 Great King Kong has gone and will never come back. In a previous life, he used to be so angry that he shot at Lin Bifan. As a result, he was defeated by the opponent in less than 2 or 3 moves, and was slapped in the face by the opponent. Later, he used to make dangerous moves, dispatched more than a dozen King Kong, and dozens of good players to deal with him. In the end, he was alone and left all these people behind. He is so strong. Horrible. You never know where his limits are. Too powerful to be human. So after being reborn, he learned a lesson. Don't play force with him, you will be the one who suffers. All in all, you were right to listen to me. Yes, Dragon King. On the second day, the protagonist Yi Xingchen once again saw that his coquettish video was popular all over the internet, and he was so depressed that he wanted to die. Fortunately, this is not the first time he has adapted. But looking at that video again, it's still very coquettish and hot. He couldn't understand. How could he be like this when he was drunk? I don't even know myself anymore. Alas. I can't drink again in the future. Absolutely can't drink anymore. If I drink again in the future, I'll just jump downstairs to avoid embarrassment. Touching his head, he still felt a splitting headache. So, he picked up his mobile phone and sent a text message to Lin Bifan to ask for leave, and Lin Bifan readily agreed. I slept like this for a day, and slept directly into the night, and finally recovered my spirits. However, I was also hungry, so he went downstairs to find something to eat. After eating, I walked alone in the deserted street, trying to wake up the breeze coming out slowly. At this moment, he suddenly felt a murderous aura strike quickly. I saw that in the deep alley, 8 men in black with masks suddenly appeared and surrounded him. Who are you? What do you want to do? Yi Xingchen's eyes were vigilant, and his muscles were tense. Although there is no fight yet, these 8 people feel that he is too strong, and each one's strength is equivalent to the head of the mercenary world, which is slightly lower than him. And the combination of these 8 people made him feel the danger. The first thought that came to my mind was that Lin Bifan sent him to kill him. However, as soon as this thought came up, he was smothered by him. Now, he has been reborn, and Lin Bifan is a friend rather than an enemy. He has made so much money for him, and he is very trusted by the other party. It is impossible for him to send someone to kill him. Moreover, Lin Bifan couldn't have used such rude means. He has always used conspiracy. The things he does and the methods he uses are in line with laws and moral standards, and then he crushes it in an upright manner, leaving you powerless. So, who are these people? Who sent it again? Why deal with him? Is it my former enemy? Kill. The man in black is well trained and can fight directly. Yi Xingchen responded with all his strength. However, even if he is strong, his 2 fists are no match for 4 hands, let alone 16 hands. Moreover, these people are not weak. In less than a moment, he received 2 heavy punches. The chest, concussion, very uncomfortable. I want to break free and escape, but there are so many people on the other side that I don't give this chance at all. What should I do? He was very anxious, and his mind was spinning rapidly. At this moment, he first thought of Lin Bifan. Although he hates Lin Bifan, he has to admit that Lin Bifan's strength is really strong, so powerful. If he was here, he would definitely get these people out of the way. Wait. Lin Bifan doesn't seem to be far from here. He had just contacted Lin Bifan on WeChat, and the other party was having dinner nearby, so he could come over in 3 or 4 minutes. When the two join forces, they will definitely be able to keep them all and see who is behind the envoy. So, he immediately picked up his mobile phone and quickly dialed Lin Bifan's number. The call was quickly connected, and Lin Bifan's hearty laughter came. "Brother Yi, call me at night, do you want me to go for a drink? Haha." Yi Xingchen said urgently, "Mr. Lin, I am being chased by a group of people. It's in the riverside alley of Cha Cha Road, come and save me." As soon as he finished speaking, the phone was kicked off and smashed to the ground. The other side. Lin Bifan looked at the phone that lost his voice and blinked. Yi Xingchen was actually being hunted down. Also, call for help. You are a dignified god of war, with such a powerful strength, who can beat you? Will there be fraud? But the voice coming from the phone doesn't seem like a fake. What happened? Song Yuqing asked with concern. I'm in a hurry. You can eat here in peace, I'll come when I go. Lin Bifan stood up. Okay. Hurry up and come back. While walking, Lin Bifan made a phone call. Hey, comrade police, I just received a call from a friend for help. He is very dangerous now, please hurry up and rescue. After calling the police, Lin Bifan silently made another wish. Brother Yi, hold on for me, I'll give you a buff. I make a wish. When I fight, as long as I get hit, the pain is doubled. As long as the defense is broken, the damage is doubled. Ding. Wishing success. Brother Yi, hold on for me, I will come to rescue you soon. After making the wish, Lin Bifan hurried towards the accident site at a speed of 4 km/h.